this isn't something that I plan to do. That's when I've encountered Muslims for the first time.
We've been quite vocal on it. Hey guys, so little boy's definitely out. I know I look bold, but I've got my hair in a bun. So basically today is Sunday and it's actually surprisingly hot. I've got a sweatshirt on and I actually walked out with a scarf on as well, and I was like, oh my god, it's actually hot, so I need to take this off. So I'm actually going out now to meet Rox. We're just gonna have a bit of a catch up, just because we haven't really seen each other since Ramadan started, so we just thought we'd do that. I'm gonna go do that now, and then hopefully speak to you guys when I'm back. You are the culprit. You're the culprit. Hi guys, so I got home quite a while ago from meeting Rox, and I've just been working on uploading the vlog that you should have seen by now for Ramadan vlog number 3. And I don't know what the reaction's going to be to this one. I just think we've been quite vocal on it. I don't think we've necessarily said anything like bad, but I don't know. You know what people are like. You can never say anything these days without like offending. Hope no one takes like anything that we've said in the wrong way, but that's also wishful thinking. So I'm not too bothered. Sometimes I'll just say my piece and then that's it. Just leave it at that point. Marcus also just playing FIFA at the minute. Max, what is your bloody username? Because everyone goes on about challenging you on like FIFA and stuff.
TRUSSMIDADDY21.
Do you want to explain that?
I bought a PlayStation around the time Drake was going, trust me daddy. So,
I actually married into this. Well,
you've got an account on here which is trust me wifey.
He made that for me, by the way. That's only when we play like Call of Duty though.
Liar.
Tonight we're not actually gonna cook. I said every night, don't I? Tonight we're not actually gonna do much, but we're not. We're just gonna make some chicken steaks in some pita with some salad and mint sauce.
What I'm feeling as well though is lasagna. Have we got any lasagna?
Yeah, are you genuine?
I wouldn't mind a bit of lasagna in as well.
I don't think you're gonna eat it. I think your eyes are bigger than your belly. Olga bit eat, and then like that chicken steak thing as well. You're not gonna eat it.
Was it you that said to me that if a fasting person's craving something, you have to eat it?
Yeah, but also when it's within reason, I think you're just being...
Within reason? I've not even asked for much. You're literally putting a chicken, basically a big chicken nugget in the oven for me. I'm putting it in a pita. You're right, selfish.
That's not, Max. I know what you like.
I know what you're like, lazy.
I've got less of hair on my face.
I hope you do.
Horrible. I edited and exported one of the vlogs that I want to put up after Ramadan. So it's a vlog of the launch party they went to. It contains footage of Rox's tour and stuff. So I edited and I had it all prepared, and then I started to delete some stuff off my editing software. And I thought because I'd exported it, it wouldn't affect it, but for some reason it's deleted that off my desktop too. So I can't find it, then you're not going to get to see that vlog. So it's a little bit annoying, but we'll wait and see. Because I've also deleted all the footage after I'd edited it all. So I can't even sit there and try and convince myself to edit it again.
You didn't edit it again?
No, it's all gone. So yeah. So we finally actually get to have the golgappe we assembled the other day. So there's the mixture. And then just got a bit of fruit. Marcus has got a chicken pita with cheese and salad in there. And some lasagna. I made that lasagna and froze it. And so it's quick and easy meals for us both, to be fair. And yes, we're going to enjoy our iftar now. I'm not having chicken pita, I'm just having golgappe because I feel sick. So today is Monday and it's the 6th fast. So Marcus and I are just heading to the shops. Marcus is going to cook iftar today, aren't you? Marcus is going to make his famous... Oh my god. You'd literally assume like there's a Ferrari next to me. So yeah, Marcus is going to cook today. So he's going to make his Nando's chicken burgers. So these are really nice, and I'm going to let Marcus vlog the process. I'm sure people want to see it. And we're also going to go... We're going to Tesco's, and then we're going to go, and my sister got me a Hoover for my birthday, which was well needed, so I really appreciate that present. But unfortunately the Hoover she got us, because we have pets, just doesn't cut it. So I had a look, and there's another one we can get, and I just need to put in a little bit extra money. So she said she's fine with me going to exchange it, so we're going to go and try to do that today. The one we're using at the minute just cannot deal with Alaska's hair, and I hate having Alaska's hair in the house, so we need another one. So we're going to try and hopefully swap that and see how that works out. ultimately I think we do need like a Dyson and stuff, but honestly we've just spent so much money on other stuff that my Dyson's gonna have to wait. Weather is, oh Marcus! That's not even funny. Why would you do that? What if you cause an accident?
Because all I did was move left to right a bit like that.
You are literally, I'm gonna report you to the police.
That's actually works
Last
out better,
time.
isn't it? So £4 would be 520 something. Yeah, so we'll just get one of these on for the time being.
You going for medium then?
Oh, you wait, look at her being ballsy for the gram.
Yeah, just for the vlog. I'm not going to eat any of it.
Don't step back.
I'm going to dilute it with ketchup. Do you feel important with me following you? People think you're doing a documentary.
Tesco 4 brioche buns, like the chip butties on, like that type of bread.
Oh yeah, and they squish it down, don't they? Lather it with butter, and it's not called a balm, it's a bread cake. Bread cake. Listen, you're in my neck at woods now, alright? It's a bread cake. Why do people say I sound like I'm from Newcastle? I actually find that really weird, because I sound like nothing like I don't sound like I'm from Newcastle, I'm pretty sure I don't. I've got a very Yorkshire accent. Yeah.
This is an absolute
Holy grail,
it is so nice.
Yep.
White grape and blackberry. All we drink now. This is our alternative to fizzy drink.
Yeah, we don't have fizzy drinks in our house, we have this. Because it's a really good alternative. If you struggle to drink like a lot of water, honestly try this, because it does not even taste like you're drinking water. It's like you're having a drink, but it's water. Mind blown. Right, shopping done. We now need to go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! We've got attitude in a car park.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Yeah, you look like Pitbull. Mr. Worldwide, Theo bye. We are actually gonna go and pick up the Hoover now and try to exchange that. Do you think they'll take it? They will take it, won't they? We'll just.
I'm not sure, you know.
We have used it, but we'll just say it's rubbish. I can't even explain to you, as an adult, how happy I am with that Hoover. The amount of Alaska hair it's collected literally by just doing that section is disgusting and impressive.
I'm just going to wash the chicken. I wash the chicken in the bag because I'm lazy. Here's the Hoover in the other room. It is 7:45, so I've got just over an hour to make the food, which is plenty of time, so I'm just going to marinate it. This is my attempt at Nando's burgers, basically. Burgers that I make massive, so you might want to do different sizes, but I've actually got 1 chicken breast per burger, which is way over the amount that you'd actually need. You can get Nando's sauce as well, like marinade. However, I think it looked too watery, and I don't want the chicken to be dead watery because it's going to be going onto a burger. So I've grabbed the powder, and this powder says that it's enough for 4 chicken breasts or a whole sort of small chicken. What I use is the peri peri rub We've Got Hot, which I use to marinate the chicken. I use a chicken breast per burger, so it's massive. I've not done anything special with that, I've literally just rubbed in the powder. I'll wrap the chicken in foil. The reason why I wrap the chicken in foil is so that when it's in the oven it basically doesn't dry out. It'll keep all that, like all the chicken juices, all of the spices which we've just marinated and put on. This is my version of a life hack. We don't have an incense stick holder in the kitchen, and I wanted one to be lit in the living room as well as the kitchen, so we have to stick it out the drain to make sure the ash doesn't fall anywhere unwanted, and then you can just wash it down the drain afterwards. Right guys, so I'm just going to put the marinated chicken in the oven now. I'm going to put it in for like 40 minutes or so. I just wanted to say I've been looking through the comments of the most recent vlog. Some of your comments and stuff are so heartwarming and so nice. It's nice that you guys understand and appreciate some of the stuff that I said yesterday. It really does bother me, just because I don't want it affecting anybody moving forward. How I view it is I came into this religion because one of the main selling points was the amount of togetherness and the amount of love and peace that comes with Islam. and after being a revert for 4 years, I'm really starting to see some of the cracks within society, or within this society, and that's not Islam. It's obviously the people, it's the Muslims, it's the individuals are part of Islam. They're portraying it in a bad light. Same in every religion, don't get me wrong, there'll be people. But yeah, so this isn't something that I'd planned to do, but so many of you have asked me, so I figured why not today. So I'm going to basically share with you why I reverted to Islam. And I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, it was nothing overly exciting, should I say. It's no crazy revert story like some of the stuff that I've seen online. Just seemed fitting. So I'd converted to Islam, alhamdulillah, 4 years ago during Ramadan. So way back to the beginning. The area that I grew up in was a proper white area. No Muslims there other than like Asians and stuff that may have owned some of the shops there at the time. The school that I went to, I think, had one Asian that I didn't speak with. Not because of any particular reason, we just weren't friends. It wasn't until I'd finished school and I got my first job in Manchester city centre when I was about 17, 18. That's when I'd encountered Muslims for the first time, had conversations with Muslims, I'd had Muslim friends basically. So I started this job and I was on a team with a couple of different Muslims and became close friends with some of them. One of which I still speak to this day, a really close friend of mine. Back in those times, if you'd asked anyone that I used to be friends with or anyone that I used to chill with at those times, if they thought I ever would have converted to Islam, they went, no chance. No way would this boy have converted to Islam. No way would he have changed his life like around the way that he did. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't awful, I wasn't off the rails, but I was a completely different person. My character was different, my demeanour was different. Obviously the things that I did were haram. But yes, so me being in that lifestyle, that haram lifestyle, that very different lifestyle, going into work, normal days, the people who were on my team talk about Islam in sort of passing comment just amongst each other. I'd listen just off the bat, just see what they were saying, picking things up, asking them further questions, just intrigued, making conversation, general stuff, with no intent of anything more than making conversation and just for educational purposes basically. Let me learn a little bit more about Islam. As time went on, this must have gone on, to be honest with you, for a couple of years, but that's where it all started. It started from being a working environment, a team of Muslims speaking about Islam in a positive manner, something that really intrigued me. It's one of the reasons why I find it really important that we're not negative towards each other on social media in real life, because you can scare somebody away. If they spoke negatively on it, or spoke negatively towards Goras, Kalas, whatever, then I might have had a different perspective altogether, just because of their own imperfections, I'll say. To the point where I was doing my own research, so after asking many questions, like I said, they were friends, we'd go out at this point, we'd have food, I'd still ask questions, but I wasn't at that point, it was more just being nosy. I started looking into it myself. I'd look online, I downloaded like the English translation versions of the Quran, asked people for some books, people provided me with some books, so I did my own research. Had some people give me some really good advice, one of which being, whenever somebody tells you something, obviously so many different interpretations of the Quran, they told me to make sure that if anyone ever told me anything, to make sure that I went away and researched it and got a reference to make sure that it was correct. So I still do that to this day, because I think that's really important. It's something that you have to believe and you have to interpret in your own way, and not what somebody else has always necessarily told you. Time went on, point where I'd learnt a fair bit. It'd been a couple of years, I'd asked a number of questions, I'd done my research, and I thought, right, let me try and incorporate some things now. Let me stop drinking alcohol, stop having pork, and just practicing just certain aspects of Islam. Not everything, not too much, not too little. I was just sort of dipping my foot in the water, and I thought, let me just see. I must have done that for a couple of months leading up to Ramadan, and I thought, right, this is the time, let me try and fast. Let me do my first rosa. So I did. People that I worked with at a different company at this time had conversations all throughout Ramadan, and to the point where they were like, I think you're ready, like you should go and take your shahada. And at this point I was like, yeah, to be honest, I felt like them was as good a time as any. It felt right. I was fasting, I'd been practicing leading up to it, and I was ready for it. I'd experienced it, I'd dipped my foot in the water. I hadn't gone too far in where I overwhelmed myself, to a point where I thought, right, let's do it. So he went away, he arranged it, he's just a work colleague. And that Saturday, don't quote me the date, I went to the mosque in Manchester and took my shahada, and I was so nervous. Like, it was ridiculous how nervous that I was, because I didn't know what to expect. So I went to that was my first time in a mosque as well, but I went to the mosque not knowing what to expect. I went with him thinking it's alright, there's somebody that I know, and I walked in and everybody's looking at me. There's people everywhere shaking my hand, looking at me, So we went into a room, like a segregated room with a massive round table, and there were about 12 brothers in there, all waiting for me, all to witness me take my shahada, that I wasn't aware of. Really daunting. I was dead conscious of my pronunciation when I went in. I'd be like, I'm going to get judged on how I pronounce the words and how I come across, and I was like, I know that I wasn't confident with my pronunciation. I'm still not when it comes to Arabic, but alhamdulillah it was okay. Filmed it, gave me a gift bag. I went and read my first namaz in that mosque with them, which was really good, and they were a really nice group. But essentially that was it. And I can tell you, I can still remember the moment of what it felt like when I did that. The person that I worked with dropped me back off in sort of city centre Manchester, and I don't even know why I went back to the centre and didn't go home. I remember just feeling so like buzzed. I was so high up. It was amazing. Like the first thing that I did was I went to the cash machine and took out money, and I was like, I was giving some money to charity. I walked past a woman that was, you know, doing something for a cause, and I didn't have any change in me, and I felt bad, so I went back, got money. I was like, I need to give to charity. I just felt really good. I just wanted to do some good things. I wanted to do some positive things. I was on a really big high. But essentially that was it. There's not much more to it than that. In a nutshell, if it wasn't for the people that I was around, or the first Muslims that I'd met, if it wasn't for them and their positive attitude and their willingness to help but not force anything upon me, led me to investigate it more and make that final decision. Take a year for some people, it could take 6 months for some people, it could take 10 years. You don't know. You can't force anything upon anybody, but you can guide them, and you can show somebody how beautiful Islam is through how you act, not for how you think other people should act. Show your character. Great character comes across and it's beautiful. If you can see somebody with great character, you're drawn to them, so you could show people in that aspect. But yeah, so following that, I started posting stuff on Twitter, created a Twitter account. I started posting Islamic posts, giving dawah, simply because for me it was positive for me to be able to share that message with other people, but it was also a really good way for me to learn. The best way for me to learn personally is from short and snappy quotes from the Quran, with references and stuff like that. So I'm learning from quotes here and there because quotes are easy to remember. I've always been like this with books, and I'm sure there's a lot of people which are the same as me. If I read a book, by the time I get to the second page, I will have forgot what I've read on the first page. I could read it 3 times over and I forget it. I'm really bad at reading. But yeah, so like I said, that's one of the main reasons why I really push for people to show their character, to make sure that we're being positive about Islam, to make sure that we aren't judging people. It's not alright to do so. Speak in private. If you do want to provide somebody with any advice, if you want to guide them, point them in the right direction and talk to them in private, and do so. There's certain things, none of us are perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I'm far from it. I'm still learning. And Irsa's still learning. I'm proud to still be learning. I don't need to know everything. I'm really happy that I am still learning. I heard a new hadith the other day that I was shocked about. I thought I knew them all, and somebody was sharing one at work, and I was like, oh, no way, I didn't know that. But there we go, we learned something new. But please focus on your own deen, unless you're wanting to help people in a positive manner. If you want to help people in a negative way, then keep to yourself. You shouldn't be out in public. Oh, and before I forget, I just wanted to share that still gets me to this day is how nervous I am in the mosque. Reason being is it's crazy, it's so strange. I've spoken to some people down in London who said that I wouldn't feel that way down there because there's so many different races. But every mosque that I've been in, it's been primarily sort of Bengali or Pakistani, and you're just the centre of attention everywhere that you go. Even when I go on my own, it's just all eyes on you. Don't get me wrong, it's not always in a negative way, and no doubt some people like to gossip, as they do in any race or whatever the case. However, even if it's positive, I'm not that much in my comfort zone about it yet to be able to come out and have these conversations, because even though I know a fair part about Islam, I'm also very conscious of, if they ask me something and I don't know it, I'm going to look really bad, they're going to judge me. Reverts are expected to know everything. They're expected to be the best Muslim. But we're not, we're learning like you are, we're not perfect either. We choose Islam as being the correct religion. However, it doesn't mean that we know everything. It doesn't mean that we're going to be as scholars. I'm not going to grow a big ginger beard. Not that I'm aware of at this point. Yeah, that's something that I still get really nervy with. Me personally, just so you, I'm just making you aware of this, just for your own awareness, in case you stumble across anyone in the same boat and you wonder why they're like that. Is me personally, I would like to go to the mosque and I'm more than happy just to go in the corner, do what I need to do, pray namaz, read and leave. I don't need the attention that comes with it. But that's just me personally. Some other people might like it, they might think they'll benefit from it. I just wanted to share how I personally feel about it. Not too much to it. However, that's my story. See ya. Oh, do you know what's so good today? Alhamdulillah, today is the first day which I've actually so good fasting. What I mean by so good is just that every other day leading up to today, since the first rosa, around 2 o'clock it's hit me and I've struggled for the rest of the day. Today I had a moment around 4 o'clock, so later than 2 o'clock, which shows that I'm getting used to it. That was for about half an hour, and then since then I've been fine. I've not been tired, I've not been particularly hungry, I've not been thirsty. Alhamdulillah, everything's been perfect and run so smoothly. And I'm so happy because the weather started to get hotter. That's normally my downfall. There's been a few occasions over previous Ramadans where I've really struggled and broke my fasts when the weather got too much for me. But I had nobody to encourage me back then. I was on my own. I'd wake up on my own. Everything that I did sort of fasting wise was on my own. So I'm just going to make the halloumi now. There is absolutely no way that me and Irsa are going to eat all this. This is the chicken after being on for about 40 minutes. I've just cut the chicken up into pieces just so it's not too big to go on the burger itself, and then put some of the Nando's peri marinade on, if you can see that. So I'm just going to put it on the burgers now and then top it up with some salad, and I'll show you in a sec. Right, so this is the finished piece. So what's on here is basically just a brioche bun with some halloumi cheese. We marinated the chicken, cut it up at the end, added some of the liquid marinade on, which is just a hot sauce basically out the bottle, and then some chips with the Nando's salt and perinades. Made Nando's.
This is what you do when you're broke and you can't afford a real Nando's.
To be fair, this costs about £10.
Yeah, no, this is nice. Trust me, Marcus's recipe. Or is it a recipe? It's assembling. We're assembling stuff again, I guess.
We're assembling.
But
really we're very good
Marcus
at assembling.
Marcus came up with it, yeah. So guys, sorry it's so dark, but we have literally just finished eating, and honestly that food was so good. If you make it, you can thank Marcus, I'm sure. But yeah, so we're done now. So we're going to actually watch Game of Thrones. We watched it this morning. Oh, we got it for Sahri.
Yeah, Suhoor for the first time.
We got it for Sahri for the first time, which is really good. We managed to scrumple down a bowl of crunchy nut. Then obviously sort of sort ourselves out and stuff, and then watch Game of Thrones. So yeah, I'm going to end the vlog here because I don't know, I was hooving, so sorry I've not been in it, but Marcus was doing everything and my battery's dying, so... See ya.
Sorry, I've not been in it. Like, they care.
They do care. Everyone cares that I've not been in it, right? Anyways, yeah, because Marcus was babbling on and I don't know how long he went on for, so see you for the next one. Bye!